Welcome back to Fromania Bricks, and welcome back to the world's fanciest LEGO recording studio that you will ever see. At least inside of our house and on the second floor. And inside of this room. And welcome back to the LEGO table for a new Fromania Bricks segment we'd like to call Then and Now, where we take a look at a LEGO set from then and compare it to, you guessed it, a LEGO set
from now.
And we're going to do that with the LEGO Yellow Delivery Truck. But I didn't tell you, Micah, before we came up here, I was watching a video with a televangelist on it. And he said, John, come forth and receive eternal life. Sadly, John came in fifth, and all he won was a toaster.
That maybe takes the cake as best joke you've ever done for one of these videos.
Yes! Let's take a look at these two LEGO sets in front of us. On one side, we have this beautiful LEGO Yellow Delivery Truck from 2010, almost 15 years old. We're going to take a deep dive into it and then take a look at the most recent LEGO Delivery Truck in the lineup, which hit the shelves in 2024, the LEGO City Delivery Truck. We're going to take a look at where LEGO's been, where it's at now, and then share some of our thoughts along the way. So we're going to start with this gem right here from 2010. It was on the shelves until late 2012. LEGO set 3221, the LEGO City Truck. Micah, you are a vintage LEGO fan. Obviously, when you look at the two of these, and this is just like, let's just state the obvious. When you look at the two of these, new LEGO sets are much more beautiful.
Yes.
They're more streamlined. They're more put together. This LEGO truck is a bit of a box, right? Like, when you look at it, there's not a lot of curved edges. There's not a lot of shape to it. It's just a lot of straight boxiness, brick on brick type techniques with a couple of slopes and stuff on it. What draws you so much to vintage LEGO over new modern LEGO sets?
Part of it is just that it is more simple and endearing. One thing I just thought of this looking at these. This one just looks like a regular, aside from the fact it's yellow. Looks like a regular semi-truck that you see 1,000 times driving on the interstate. This almost looks like more polished and clean and neat and tidy and sleek and streamlined than an actual semi-truck looks.
Maybe they need some dead bugs smeared on the front
to
liven them up. Well, when you look at the older set, this set was actually only 278 pieces. So there wasn't a huge piece count in this set. When it hit shelves, it retailed for
$34.99.
$34.99. So it was really an accessible price point for a kid to walk in with a couple of weeks allowance, or for an AFOL to walk in and be like, I just want to add that to my collection. So it was a low piece count, which really didn't leave them a lot to work with to create a lot of detail within this truck. Despite it being very boxy from a trailer standpoint, they did execute some good curves. I know elements were a little more limited in 2010 versus what's available today when it comes to slopes and wedges and all of that. So they did, all around the cab, create some curvature, but it also just has some really sharp feeling edges on it. It was also a pretty high price per part. It came in just over 12 cents an element, which it seems a little high, but it does have some larger panels on it.
Lots of large panels, doors, plates. So I get it.
Yeah, when you look at it, it came with, 9 large panels on it. It came with a load of doors. It came with different hinge pieces on the front. So there's really a lot wrapped up into this from being larger elements as a part of it. It only had one print in it. Inside of the truck, there's a cab that has a print, and the rest of it was stickers, so not a lot of printed elements. Because of it being a lower price point, there wasn't a lot of side builds with it, right? This one was basically the truck. It came with 2 minifigures, and then it came with some little LEGO set boxes that were all stickered. This honestly is one of my favorite parts of the set, is the little LEGO set boxes. They've got a great detail about them. They actually have 5 to 12 years on them. They have the little city insignia on it. The truck itself is pretty simplistic. It is a connection point of, what is this element even called? Like, what would you call this element?
I don't know, it's like a tow hitch, trailer hitch? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a tow hitch, trailer hitch. And it simply goes inside of a circle plate with a little Technic hole in it. So it's not the best connection, but it does stay on there. What I've come to see when I'm pulling it off, I actually end up pulling off the circle plate quite a bit.
Yeah.
Under the trailer, you've got a little trailer stand that enables the trailer to be freestanding on its own, which is pretty neat. It's got some doors on the back, it's got some doors on the side, and the inside is just simply a hollow truck. There is literally nothing inside of this except a big empty truck. The tires on the back have a little bit of motion in them, and I think that's just designed to give the trailer a little bit of play as you're driving and steering it, so it's a little less rigid. So it's kind of neat. Like, it's their own little form of suspension without having a suspension on it. The cab itself is pretty basic as well. It does open up on the top. You can see the top flips open. And inside, you've got a little sleeper, and you've got a little TV.
Very cozy looking in there.
And of course, you've got a red coffee mug, because one of the things that I miss about more modern Lego sets, the new Lego truck included, is that they don't all come with a coffee mug
Yeah, I feel
anymore.
like it should be mandatory. If I'm ever a president, that'll be the first executive order I sign.
It used to be a staple where every Lego City vehicle we got, from the mining lineup to the harbor lineup and beyond, they all had a coffee mug. And now it seems like that's waning. Beyond that, again, it's just a pretty simple build. But despite its simplicity, this is actually one of my favorite early 2000s Lego sets. There's just something about the Lego yellow truck.
And classic and timeless.
Over the years, this one has actually gotten broken apart and found itself in our bulk. And my dear son, this dear son, came up here one night knowing that I missed this truck. It was after buying the Toys R Us equivalent of this, and he rebricked it for me. He found literally every single element, all the way down to the little sticker license plates, and he rebricked the whole thing for me. And that, speaking of license plates, is a really cool feature on this. Did you notice the license plate, Micah?
I didn't. I wouldn't have remembered that, but I did build it. But I honestly didn't remember it being back there. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. The license plate is the set number 3221.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
And the Lego set was designed by Henrik Anderson. So H.A., the designer, in the set number 3221. So the license plate on this truck is a neat little Easter egg. Now jumping up to the modern day, Lego set 60440. This is the Lego City Yellow Delivery Truck. And my oh my, how far we've come.
Yeah, it's literally almost every single way it's an improvement upon the other one. The only thing I like more about this one, just if you're strictly looking at it objectively, is I think these boxes are better than the other ones.
Yes, I was going to talk about that. So this set also comes with printed Lego boxes. It comes with a police and fire set printed on it. And then also it has another police and space set printed on it. And these Lego boxes, they just don't feel as detailed. I appreciate that they're printed and not stickers, but I actually like the old Lego set stickers better than these new modern boxes. This Lego set, as Micah said, is really an improvement in almost every way, as it should be, because this reboot of the Lego Yellow Delivery Truck came in at 1,061 pieces. I mean, you are talking almost 4 times as many elements. And honestly, it's double the size too, right? When you look at the size comparison, it is nearly double the size of the original Lego truck. But it also retailed at a much higher price point.
Yeah, triple the price. Not adjusted for inflation.
The price. This one retailed at $100, which made it a little less accessible for everyone to pick up. But here's what's really going to be crazy. Do you know what the price per part on this one was?
10 cents a piece.
9 cents a piece.
Wow.
9 cents a piece. And it's not like there aren't big elements on this. When you look at this truck, you have these giant printed panels on the side of it. You also have a forklift element and rubber band. Like, it's not that it's all little elements, so it's just a lower price per part. They literally brought the price per part down almost 3 cents a part on this new truck. Overall, aesthetically, it's super rounded. It's a really neat looking tractor trailer. I feel it captures the shape of a real semi-truck on the back end. You've got the rounded front where the airflow comes over it. You've got the squared back. It's super neat. How do you feel about the aesthetics of this
Aesthetically, I think it is definitely an improvement upon this one. But the one note I would give is that it almost feels too polished and futuristic. Like, this one feels kind of gritty and real. It almost feels like some, like, futuristic Elon Musk cyber hauler truck. I don't know. It's nice, but it almost feels too futuristic and not as, like, gritty and real feeling as the other.
Interesting. Do you think so? I mean, I can see kind of the sleek nature of the front end versus a boxier, more rugged truck. But when I look at some of the more modern tractor trailers, like, I don't feel it's very far off.
No, it's definitely subtle, but it is like the kind of like the lighter trans blue and the black together, just almost too futuristic.
Yeah, I can see that. When you look at the two front ends, I actually really like that they tried to mimic the same feel with the grille elements, the light placement, the bumper. The newer truck does have a black bottom versus the other. Now, here's the big differentiator between the two trucks, right? So I mentioned how the 2010 truck was pretty bare bones, right? You got a truck, you got a couple of figs, and you got some Lego boxes. This new version of the truck, I mean, from a playability standpoint, it's unbelievable. You've got panels that swing open on both sides of the truck. You have a forklift that can load and unload the truck. And you have a hot dog stand. So when these workers get hungry, they can come get what's kind of a pale hot dog. I don't know if I would eat that hot dog. It looks more like a boiled than a grilled hot dog.
I agree. I would eat it, though. Especially they have mustard with it, too, so.
You get 4 minifigs. You get a truck driver. You get 2 Lego employees. And you get a lady that, honestly, I don't know what she's doing. Unless she's buying a hot dog, she probably shouldn't be hanging out here. So this truck is not hollow like the original one, and the cab opens a little differently. If you remember on the 2010 version, the cab swings open on the top. This one, the whole roof comes off, and you get quite the sleeper space inside of this truck. Like, it is a step up. It's easier to get your hands in and out of it. You can actually have 2 figs in the front seat with ease, but it's missing a red mug. It is incomplete without its red mug.
That's wrong. That is just wrong, Lego.
It runs on a bigger tire than the older truck, and it has a different hinge mechanism as well. That's a little harder to do. So the hinge on this one is like a ball joint receiver. So you have a little ball joint connector, which is just a Technic ball joint pin, and it slides in, which I've done it before and broken pieces off when I've missed. But there's also, because of its size, cool little details built into this one that the $34 one doesn't have. On the back of it, you can see there's a little med kit. There's a little fire extinguisher. You have the connector wire that connects to the trailer.
Yeah.
So they've added in some fun little tractor trailer details. And also, it opens up where you can see the motor.
Yeah.
That's not common as well in these Lego sets.
I feel like newer and older versions of sets are closer together. This one is one of the largest improvements, I think, I've seen of, like, a classic set to a new set.
I agree. And honestly, I would have been curious to see what they would have done in the 300 to 400 part count. If they were actually trying to do just a reboot of this at the same size scale, I'd be interested in how much they could enhance it.
I feel like they would have rounded off the front cab more, but I feel like the trailer would have been more tiled, but I feel like it would have been pretty similar.
Now, a couple of things I like more about the old truck. I like the Lego sticker on the front. I think not having Lego anywhere on the cab is kind of a miss to me. That's kind of a bummer. This truck is also driving illegally. It has no license
Yeah,
plates
I was looking at
it.
that. There's even like just random empty studs right where there should be a license plate.
Yeah, so it's kind of odd
really
that they
odd.
didn't put a license plate on the front and back. I don't know that we've ever gotten a Lego vehicle that doesn't have a license plate on it. So that's kind of odd as well. The trailer connection is kind of clumsy. Beyond that, I think this one excels in every other way. I'm still a fan of this because I, like you, enjoy vintage Lego. I think there's something quaint and just endearing about it. But the new Lego truck is a significant improvement, and it's an awesome addition to your Lego City collection. If you haven't picked it up yet, I definitely would. Well, that was it, Micah. We survived our first then and now video. What you all didn't see was this was like our 18th take on this video. I don't know why. Sometimes you have in your mind what you want to do and you can't execute it, and you have an amazing son that sticks it out with you and lets you keep recording and rebooting. So we won't let you see those videos from then. We're just going to let you see the video now of the then and now of the yellow truck from 2010 and the yellow truck from 2024 and 5. Thanks for hanging out with us in the Lego room today as we looked back and forward at two really cool Lego sets. Hope you had a good time hanging out. Let us know in the comments below which you prefer, the Lego set from then or the Lego set from now. In the meantime, go out there in the week ahead, give more, do more, share more,
And love.
and remember to always show your smile. Those smiles, they truly are contagious.
Share more.